With this condensed spoiler season, we're getting more and more cards every day. Can we find another one that can fit in your deck? Let's talk about some spoilers in today's video. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys at Magic. This is Hunter and Riley. Say what up, Riley.
Hello, hello.
Back again, today being, what is today? January 8th, 2026. Another day of Lorwyn Eclipsed spoilers. We're getting a lot, Riley.
I mean, it's what happens whenever you take a spoiler season and you cut it in half.
You just put it into one quick week, and you're like, here, all the cards. But I'm okay with it. We got a lot to talk about today. So, very cool cards. I'm excited. But let's go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because you do not want to miss out, because spoiler season is still trekking along through tomorrow. And also, we got other content coming out, and you don't want to miss that either. But, Riley, let's go ahead and talk about this first card. This first one from today is going to be called Moonshadow. It is 1 black mana for a 7/7 creature elemental. It's got menace, and it says this creature enters with 6 -1/-1 counters on it. And whenever one or more permanent cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere while this creature has a -1/-1 counter on it, you remove a -1/-1 counter from this creature. I like it.
This card is insane, actually. I think that this might be standard playable.
Without a doubt in my mind, it's standard playable. This is so easy to drop turn 1, and then whenever a permanent card is put in for grave from anywhere, means go ahead and surveil. Go ahead and, I don't know, just self-mill. Just anytime a permanent card comes in, this is going to be big.
I was going to say, yesterday we talked about a 2-drop in Golgari that mills 4. So this has the potential that you drop this turn 1, drop that turn 2, swing with a 5/5 with menace.
Unfortunately, it does say whenever one or more, so you just remove a single one.
Yeah, like what I just said, swing with a 2/2 with menace.
Exactly. But multiple instances of, I think you can make this back to a 7/7 actually pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, you just like fetch a land. You're good to go. It does its thing.
Exactly. Fetch it. There you go. Fetch a land and then self-mill. That's 2 instances right there. So yeah, I think Moonshadow is going to be a very cool card to build around. This artwork is terrifying.
It's adorable in all the wrong all the wrong ways. I don't know.
Kind of reminds me of Shieldred.
I'm actually kind of getting more Nicol Bolas vibes with like the cloudy horns.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah,
I mean, Nicol Bolas is back, so we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, it was Ashiok all along.
There we go. Moving on to the next one. We've got Spry and Mighty. It's 4 and a green for a sorcery that says choose 2 creatures you control. You draw X cards, and the chosen creatures get +X/+X and gain trample until end of turn, where X is the difference between the chosen creature's power.
Oh, that's adorable.
I like it a lot.
This is so cute. It's totally unplayable, and I hate the fact that this is 5 mana. But like, we have Giants and Kithkins in this set, so like, yeah.
They are the same when they get the buff.
Yeah, same, but different.
Same, but different. I mean, they aren't the same.
No, they're not.
They both get +X/+X. So if like let's pretend the tree is a creature, and the tree is a 3/3, and the little human is a 1/1, and the difference is 2, so it's a 5/5 and a 3/3.
I really like the artwork for this card, though. Not only just because of how incredibly happy it is, or at least like this version of it, but it's kind of like pushing you totally in the wrong direction. It's like there's a tree folk and probably a Kithkin, and it's like both of those probably have like power between 0 and 2.
Exactly. I don't know. I think you might be right about the unplayable thing. 5 mana is kind of a lot to do a effect that you might get. I do like the fact that this is green card draw, so hey, that actually might work if you're actually playing a deck that cares about difference of powers. But hey, I don't know.
The setup for that is unreal.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, let's move on to the next card today. We've got Raiding Schemes. It's 3 red and a green for an enchantment that says each non-creature spell you cast has Conspire. Oh, what an old keyword. Let's talk about it. In case you don't remember, what is Conspire? Well, As you cast a non-creature spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. When you do, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. A copy of a permanent spell becomes a token. Was Conspire on your bingo card come back?
Obviously, yeah. Want to ask me a hard question? I mean, it's cool. It kind of like gets out of control. I could definitely see this in more of one of those like goblin-esque style if we can get something like that. Coming down on turn 5 has me a little scared. So maybe you're going to be wanting to like duplicate your bigger things, but then you also have to have other things at play. Oh no, I think I'm talking myself out of this.
I kind of like it. I mean, copying any kind of spell is good, I would say, especially when it doesn't leave the battlefield. Doesn't say until end of turn. Conspire is not that. So hey, I'm kind of here for that. You could put this in like I don't know, if enchantments matter or artifacts matter, that counts. Granted, they have to be a color. But hey, do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do.
Moving on, we've got End Blaze Epiphany. It's X and a red for an instant. That says End Blaze Epiphany deals X damage to target creature. When that creature dies this turn, exile a number of cards from the top of your library equal to its power. Then choose a card exiled this way. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. It's cute.
I feel like we've seen these kinds of cards a lot recently, and they're trying to make these like single target burn style spells like good, but I don't think I've ever liked one.
I mean, yeah, I've never really liked it either. I mean, you have to put in a lot of mana into that. I just, it's rough. I like card advantage, but I don't know if I like this card advantage.
Yeah, you could like I don't know. It's just you have to exile a ton of stuff in order for you to potentially get a good hit, and even at that, it's like you're not getting it for free or anything. You still have to pay for it later on.
Who knows? Maybe this will see play in standard because a lot of people like more power than toughness, so it'd be easier to kill, and then you get to look at the top equal to its power, which I think is very interesting. I don't know. I hate the fact that it's only to target creature, but it is what it is because that's what the card does.
Yep.
Moving on, we've got Champion of the Path. It's 3 and a red for a 7/3 creature elemental sorcerer. It says, as an additional cost, cast a spell, behold an elemental and exile it. Whenever another elemental you control enters, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. And then when this creature leaves the battlefield, return that exiled card to its owner's hand. I like it.
I think I might be confused on this one.
Why?
Because of the fact that it doesn't target itself, which I think is cool, but then like why does this thing have 7 power?
Because big.
All right, you sold me. That's why. Because big. I think this is actually really nasty. If you're playing around with elementals, this has the potential to just go absolutely insane.
Yeah, this seems like a slam dunk include in the elemental deck. Especially because you're going to be evoking a lot, and that just automatically goes ahead and just steamrolls and continues to get that big value. I'm here for it. I like it. But a 7/3 though for 4 mana, also pretty solid. I mean, this might see play in standard.
Maybe. The 3 toughness kind of scares me though. I feel like 4 is where I start to feel more comfortable.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's move on. We've got Kinscaer Sentry. It's 1 and a white for a 2/2 creature, Kithkin Soldier. It's got first strike, it's got lifelink, and says whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, where X is the number of attacking creatures you control. Now we talk about playable and standard. This is going to see a lot of play.
I am kind of afraid of this. So like we've seen so many of those cards where it's like whenever it attacks you like make little things, and like we've always had to go wide, but this is a way for you to really be able to capitalize on and drop some of your big scary threats too.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. This could be nasty. The only thing I will say about this is that I'm not sure this survives the single turn that it attacks, which is probably a good thing. But I mean, even still, early game 2 mana for a 2/2 with First Strike and Lifelink, that's a really solid body.
This kind of reminds me, like, I mean, I was going to say Soldier deck, the blue-white Soldier deck from back in the day in Standard that was kind of kicking around. I think we're going to see that kind of deck kind of repop with this, because run 4 of these in your deck and just oops go wide, you're going to be putting a board down very quickly. I like it. It's terrifying. Oops, here is a Critter Hoof.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, go wide. I like it. But let's go ahead and move on. We've got Soul Immolation. 3 and 2 red for a sorcery. Says as an additional cost, cast this spell Blight X. X can't be greater than the greatest toughness among creatures you control. Soul Immolation deals X damage to each opponent and each creature they control. That's fun.
This is such a cool board wipe.
That is a fun board wipe. It's one of those board wipes that hurt you a little bit, but only hurt your opponents. I like it.
I mean, yeah, you are absolutely destroying one of your things.
Yeah.
And all of theirs.
You might not even be destroying one of your things. Depends on how much you blight. If you have a big toughness creature, you just put however many the biggest toughness of everybody else has. And then boom. I like that.
I do like this a lot. Also, the artwork on this just looks so cool. It looks kind of like an old school style. I don't know. I'm here for it. I love the way that this looks.
I do too. It's Drew Tucker, one of the OG original artists of Magic. Been around for a long, long, long time. And this looks like, I don't even know. It's like ripped to shreds. Something's being ripped open. This is awesome. Yeah. Really good card too.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we've got Glen, Elendra, Guardian, 2 and a blue for a 3/4 creature fairy wizard. It's got flash, it's got flying, and it says this creature enters with a -1/-1 counter on it. You could pay 1 and a blue, remove a counter from this creature, counter target non-creature spell. Its controller draws a card. Little callback, not as good.
I think this is still really strong.
Is it though?
Like 3 mana for essentially you're getting a 2/3 out of this with flying, but the ability for you to like be able to stagger one of your opponent's things. There's enough flash, I feel like, in this set where I could still pretty easily see this coming in as like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna flash this in because I've got 3 mana left open on my turn and all of my things just have flash. Plus, this is a fairy on a surfboard, and it really doesn't get cooler than that.
Is it on a surfboard? It's
in
on
my
something.
Mind, it's a surfboard.
I mean, obviously it's a callback to Glen, Elendra, Archmage, which I actually have a copy of that right here on the screen. This one was way better at countering as opposed to this one.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I do agree with you. The Glen, Elendra, Archmage is actually the better of the two when we compare them. But I mean, I don't think this in and of itself is a bad card.
No, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's actually pretty playable, like you mentioned. That one counter is very cool. Granted, they're going to be seen a mile away, but and you're giving them card draw, which I hate counters that give my opponents card draw. I can't stand it, but it is what it is in a standard environment. Hey, that might be playable. We'll see. Next up, we've got Catharsis. It's 4 hybrid red-white for a 3/4 creature elemental incarnation. It says when this creature enters, if 2 white was spent to cast it, you create 2 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature tokens. Or when this creature enters, if 2 red was spent to cast it, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain haste until end of turn. And then you could just evoke it for hybrid red-white. This cycle is a banger, Riley. I have not seen one that I don't like.
I think this might be my favorite.
It's really good.
I don't know if it is. Also, I don't know why this makes Kithkins, because whenever I think of snails, I know that it's not a snail, but like that's just not the creature type that I think of. The artwork here is like 10 out of 10. I just want to know like how they got the connection mechanically to the artisticness of this, because like snails are also not fast.
Hey,
So haste is interesting.
it's an elemental, okay?
It is like
It does what it needs
maybe
to
don't
do. Don't
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 judge
think
a
about what
book
it
by
looks
its
like. Exactly.
shell.
Don't judge a book by its shell. That's it. But you said you don't like this card?
I don't know. I mean, okay, so 6 mana. I mean, I guess it's kind of cute for like a go wide Borosi strategy. Maybe that's what my problem is. It's like a typical Borosi strategy there.
Hello. I love it.
I mean, I love the artwork.
This whole cycle, I feel like the nature of evoking it early or playing it later is slam dunk. So good. But this is going to see play again because there's already a token deck in standard. It's just mono white. This is mono white technically. You could make it. So yeah, just more ways to make tokens. I'm here for it. But let's move on to the next card. We've got another command. It's Trystan's command. 4 black-green kindred sorcery elf. Choose 2 and create a token's copy of target elf you control. Or you can return 1 or 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Or you can destroy a target creature or enchantment. Or creature's target player gets +3/+3 till end of turn. Untap them. I hate this one. This is way too expensive, Riley.
So I was actually on board until that very last pip.
You were.
I was on board with your idea until that very last pip. I actually think that makes this card quite a bit better.
6 mana for a sorcery?
Oh, don't get me wrong. This thing is incredibly expensive. However, it's kind of like pointing you in the direction that I feel like this wants to go in. It is an elf card. It wants to go in an elf deck. You can tap down a lot of elves to be able to generate mana, and then also being able to then pump them and then untap them. Is this 6 mana? Yes, but is it going to feel like a 6 mana card in most cases? I don't actually think so.
I don't know. I am not a big fan of it. Creating a token is a copy of a target elf. At most, you'll get maybe a cool elf.
I mean, you could make a copy of a Lord, which pumps your team further.
That's true. I hate the fact that you're returning it to your hand. It's kind of boring.
I will admit, I'm not a big fan of that one.
And destroying target creature, still 6 mana.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, here's the thing: is it like the second and third modes on this card? I'm not really the biggest fan of. The first card or the first mode, very large amount of variability. You could end up making a copy of an Arbor Elf, or you could end up making a copy of, I don't know, something that is like genuinely really cool. The last mode on this is just like it to me is that overrun style of an effect, and if I am playing with enough creatures in that go wide kind of like elf ball strategy, that last mode just says win the game.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. That is quite the amount of power on board. I guess we'll see, but I'm not a big fan. Let's go ahead and move on to the next card, Riley. We've got Scuzzback Scrounger, 1 and a red for a 3/2 creature goblin warrior. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may blight 1 if you do create a treasure token. A little treasure producer, I like.
I've been playing Magic for a long enough time where like a 2 mana creature in red that gave you a 3/2, like this would have been absolutely game breaking. And this has additional upside.
Yeah.
Like this is nuts. I love this. Blight 1, I don't care. Also, this goes in like every kind of red plus sacrifice style of deck, which is a lot of what I play.
Honestly,
yeah, I mean this just makes treasure tokens every one of my upkeeps.
I feel like you're just supposed to blight, I don't know, just your prowess creature. Because who cares, right?
No. I'm not gonna blight my prowess creature. I'm gonna blight my 0/1 token that I just made as my blood artist sits there and giggles.
Yeah, it does sit there and giggle. I don't know. I feel like this card's very good. We'll probably see this in standard. Honestly, this is good enough for EDH, in my opinion. This is whenever you can make extra mana for doing almost nothing, I'm here for it.
It's a potential free sacrifice every turn too, which like that in and of itself is value.
Yep, I agree. Let's move on to the next card. We've got Champions of the Shoal. It's 3 and a blue for a 4/6 creature Merfolk Soldier. As initial cost to cast the spell, behold a Merfolk and exile it. Whenever this creature enters or becomes tapped, tap up to 1 target creature and put a stun counter on it. And whenever this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. It's okay.
This is so annoying. This is better than okay.
This is it? I mean,
Yes.
It's got the ETB of putting a stun counter on something.
And whenever it becomes tapped, it doesn't say whenever it attacks. It just says whenever it taps. So if you have something like a Springleaf Drum, congratulations. Oh, and by the way, that's in this set. Congratulations. You're just forever stunning your opponent's things.
Okay, yes. That is annoying, I will say. But in a standard environment, is this good enough?
Springleaf Drum is coming to standard.
I mean, if you tap this as many... Okay. All right, I'll give it to you, Riley. This is annoying.
You're not going to talk me out of a 4-mana 4/6.
4-mana 4/6 is pretty solid. But you don't like the Behold stuff.
I don't, but I do feel like... I don't like Behold. I will say that. However, I don't know. It's Merfolk. There's always some kind of a Merfolk Kindred deck. It always manages to pop up. People like fish people.
People do like fish people. You're not wrong. And hey, all those Simic Merfolk players have a new toy. So congratulations.
Yep.
Moving on. This next card is Gloom Ripper. 3 and 2 black for a 4/4 creature elf assassin. Says whenever this creature enters, target creature you control gets +X/+0 until end of turn, and up to 1 target creature an opponent controls gets -0/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of elves you control plus the number of elf cards in your graveyard. This is so easy. It's 5 mana. It's going to buff something insane in an elf deck, and it's going to destroy one thing. Is that good enough?
The thought here being is that, like, I just imagine, like, this, honestly, it probably just kills whatever it is that you're targeting.
Yeah, it does.
However, it is a little bit more susceptible. It reminds me kind of like the Ravenous Chupacabra style of creature. Whenever like the creature ETBs, it gets to destroy something. This one has the potential upside to also buff one of your things. But if your opponent is playing around with any kind of like interaction here, being something maybe like some graveyard removal, this has the potential to go sideways. Although I do, of course, like the fact that it both counts the number of elves that you control in play, and then also in your graveyard, and it checks itself too. So at a very bare minimum, you're going to be able to hit your opponent for at least 1.
Yeah, I like it. I think this is a very quick, hey, I'm getting through with damage right now. Right after a board wipe, even then. I don't know. I think this is a powerful card in Elf Ball. I think Lathril has a new toy here because it is in mono black. Yeah, just any kind of elves that care about Golgari. I think this is your new friend. But let's move on. We've got another cool one. This is Twilight Diviner. 2 and a black for a 3/3 creature elf cleric. When this creature enters, you surveil 2. And whenever 1 or more other creatures you control enter, if they entered or were cast from a graveyard, create a token that's a copy of one of them. This ability triggers only once each turn. Card's nuts, Riley. 3 mana for an effect that just says, whatever you reanimate, you get 2.
Hunter. This ability triggers only once each turn, though.
Oh, right. Each turn. Got it. Honestly, doesn't matter. This card is insane.
Yeah, this is actually really, really good. And also the fact that it surveils 2 on ETB, like, is fueling the graveyard strategy, too. Like, what?
Yeah, why is this not a mythic? Honestly, this card is so good. This is, yeah.
I guess the only thing being is that like you do need this and some piece of reanimation. Like this on itself, like it does nothing, but it is an engine for you. So if you are able to reanimate something, congratulations, you are living your best life.
You get 2. Congrats. It's crazy. Oh man, yeah, this oh, this is my new favorite card. Like if you're running a Reanimator strategy, buy 7 of them. You're gonna throw them in every deck. And Riley, you just talked about how you maybe want to make a Reanimator deck. Here's a new toy that goes in that deck.
I know.
Start.
Oh, my wallet.
Start pre-ordering now. Don't have anything else to say, but good card, good. Moving on.
Yep.
We've got Adept Watershaper. 2 and a white for a 3/4 creature merfolk cleric. It says other tapped creatures you control have indestructible. Huh. Okay. They can't all be bangers, I guess.
What are you talking about? This is so good.
Yeah, when you swing.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. It's a low to the ground. It's 3 mana, 3/4 in white. You're gonna play this in your go wide strategy. You just talked about how you love like Boros go wide with the incarnation. This goes in that deck. All your little things now have indestructible as they turn sideways. Like,
yeah,
A plus.
I'm thinking about a point of view from EDH though, right? Most removal in EDH that I run into is always those pesky paths and swords and any other kind of exile effects, which this has no help from. But I will admit, this is very good in standard, Riley. And 3 mana for a 3/4 is very good.
Even in EDH, I don't look at this like this is going to sit there and protect my board. I look at this like this is going to sit here and protect my combat step. Because how many instant speed mass exile effects are there?
Mass exile. Not too many.
Now, single target removal, of course, yes, that is a totally different story entirely. However, this has the potential to, like, it saves your creatures from combat damage, where it's like, hey, you know what? I don't think I would have attacked him. I got a 1/1, I got a 3/3 or something like that. But you know what? My creature's got indestructible. So now I don't have to worry about that.
I'm calling it now because I'm the Boros player. And for some reason, I always make a Boros deck every time I go to a pre-release. It just happens that way. I don't mean to do it. I'm going to open this card.
You force it every time.
I'm gonna open this card. I'm gonna post it to our social media and say, "Look, I did it. I opened it." So stay tuned.
All of his other rares and mythics are going to be in like Dimir, and he's still going to be playing Boros.
We don't force it around here, okay? It's just heart of the cards. Boros calls to me. Let's move on. We've got Taster of Wares. It's 2 and a black for a 3/2 creature goblin warlock. It says when this creature enters, target opponent reveals X cards from their hand, where X is the number of goblins you control. You choose one of those cards. That player exiles it. If an instant or sorcery is exiled this way, you may cast it for as long as you control this creature, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. I don't know if I like this card.
I do. I like this a lot. If there is a goblin style deck that can be formed in like standard or limited, the ability for you to just like blank one of your opponent's things and then also get the knowledge from their hand on a creature that is actually on curve too, like 3 mana 3/2, that's pretty decent stats here. I like this one a lot. You have your opportunity to play maybe your 1-drop or your 2-drop goblin. You drop this. Now you can look at some of your opponent's cards. I like this.
I guess, yeah. It's definitely hand disruptor, but I don't know. I always feel like in standard, those hand disruptors of like discarding effects and stuff like that, they run out of steam so quickly. But hey,
they definitely do.
Maybe goblins turn that up a bit.
I mean, they definitely do, but this one also is it's on a creature, and the creature has 3 power. I mean, that's at least decent enough to do some damage. I will, however, admit, yes, of course, if you are just like in top tech mode or like this is the first goblin that you managed to throw into play, you're not getting any value out of this. You do have to have a critical mass, and I think that ideally you have to have like at least probably 3 goblins in play.
Yeah. Which means you're not hitting this on curve.
Yeah, you are. Goblins are cheap. Play 1-on-1, play 1-on-2, play this on 3.
Play 2-on-2. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Well, I guess we'll see. I as much as I love like a discard strategy effect, and I have a whole deck dedicated to it in EDH, I don't feel like this card's going to see a lot of play in Standard. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and move on to the next card. It's Shadow Urchin. 2, hybrid, black-red, 3/4, creature, oof. Whenever this creature attacks, blight 1. And whenever a creature you control with one or more counters on it dies, exile that many cards from the top of your library. Until your next end step, you may play those cards. Hey, Resident Rakdos player, do you like Shadow Urchin?
I do. 3 mana 3/4 gets to kill off one of my things repeatedly and give me card advantage for it. Yeah.
Kill off something repeatedly.
Well, whenever I say kill off something repeatedly, like it gets to kill off my little tokens and whatnot, but it gets to turn those into card advantage for me, which I really like that as well.
That's true. I do like the fact that it is 3 mana for the 3/4. I feel like every single card we've talked about so far, it is just overly statted, right?
Yes.
Like
yes.
every card we're talking about is like 3 mana for a 3/4, 3 mana for a 4/3, 3 mana for it's just aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. Which that's what the world we're living in 2026 is higher power cards with lower cost.
Well, I mean, I guess like the trade-off here being is that like if you only have this creature and then this attacks, you get a blight 1, so this becomes a 2/3 instead of it being a 3/4. But then you could still potentially end up getting like the replacement effect off of it if your opponent blocks and kills this thing.
That's true. But I do like the fact that there are many ways in this. Like we've seen the kind of like make a fairy on your upkeep and lose a life. That's cards in this set as well. And kill those fairies and you're getting card advantage, like you said. So,
Yep.
Hey, Shadow Urchin, pretty solid. I could see a deck being built around that. I like it a lot. Moving on, we've got Dream Harvest. 5, hybrid blue-black, hybrid blue-black, sorcery. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they have exiled cards with total mana value 5 or greater this way. Until end of turn, you may cast cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. There is a chance for this to whiff hard.
Yeah, we hit the point of the video where we're talking about a dud.
I don't know. I 7 mana is so much, and it is doing the Dimir thing. It's allowing you to cast them for free. I like how it's each opponent, not just one opponent. But yeah, I don't know. It's rough.
I mean, I do potentially see like the Magical Christmas Land, they flip over a 1-drop, a 1-drop, a 1-drop, a 1-drop, and I don't know, an Eldrazi or something. And like you just like, boom, I'm just casting everything. And then like all of your other opponents do the exact same thing. But 7 mana is a lot. And the fact that this is totally random.
It is, yeah. You can definitely whiff hard. It's like, oh, I just got 5 mana worth of, I don't know, spells I can't cast because I don't have targets. Yeah, that's it's cool. I like it. I like the idea, but 7 mana is not that idea. Yeah. We just talked about how cards are getting cheaper, and this is not.
In standard, this is 7 mana to get 5 mana worth of free stuff. Potentially, yes, you can hit higher than that. In EDH, the ceiling of this card jumps considerably, and I think the floor also moves up. But I just don't like random aspects of things. Like, yes, I can end up getting maybe some decent cards, but that's not said they're going to synergize with my deck or be anything that I want to do.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is a hard one. I wish Steven was here to talk about Dimir because we all know he loves Dimir and he loves the mill. So exiling cards from the top, that's even scarier. And free spells? Yeah, it's never bad, right? Moving on to our final card we're talking about today. It's Rimefire Torque. 1 and a blue for an artifact that says, as this artifact enters, you choose a creature type. Whenever a permanent you control of the chosen type enters, you put a charge counter on this artifact. You can tap it, remove 3 charge counters from this artifact, and when you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it. You may choose your targets for the copy. A lot of hoops for a copy effect.
Is it?
I think so. I do say so. You have to have those permanents of the chosen type, specifically creatures. And then you have to remove 3 charge counters once you get to 3 to do 1 copy. And then you got to build it up again to do another copy. there are a lot of different cards in Magic that kind of just do that repeated action without having to have those hoops.
Yeah, okay. You've sold me on this. I do think that this card is probably a little too slow. The being able to double one of your things is really powerful, but the lead up to this, the fact that your opponent is very much so going to see this coming.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
kind of like an easy, hey, I'm going to kill that artifact before it can do anything.
Yep.
But I mean, there is that small chance that you're running a Kindred style deck where you're like throwing all the elves. Just, I don't know why you're running blue elves, but you know, just hey, or fairies. There we go. We'll go with fairies on this one. And you're just putting down a mass amount of fairies every turn. And hey, maybe it's actually worth it. But my first looking at this, I don't know if I like it.
I'm in the same position here. I think this is another card for me that's just, I don't think it's doing it for me.
Yeah. But hey, Riley, that is it. That's all the cards for today, January 8th, 2026. A lot of them. One more day of spoiler season coming at you tomorrow, talking about some cards we may have missed as well that could be in the commons and uncommon variety, because we don't talk about them during spoiler season because there are so many rares and mythics every day. But yeah, comment down below. What was your guys' favorite card that we talked about today? Before we wrap things up, let's talk about our favorite cards. Riley, what was your favorite?
My favorite card was going to be Scuzzback Scrounger. I am a huge fan of this. I will be picking up copies to throw in a couple decks.
That's a good card. I like Twilight Diviner as a slam dunk copy. Whatever you reanimate is so powerful. But yeah, once again, comment down below. Interested to hear your guys' opinions. While you're down there, hit that like button, subscribe, because you don't want to miss out on the content that we got coming out for you, because you already know those upgrades coming out Monday. Don't want to miss out on those. And in the description, you'll find links to all of our social media accounts. Follow us on those as well to keep up with everything else that we're doing. Don't want to miss out. Also some merch, like the one I'm wearing. It says Guys at Magic. Nice little Guys at Magic t-shirt. That's right. If you guys want one, go ahead and check the description as well. guysatmagic.com. And on the screen right now, all of our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your added support. Really does mean the world to us. If you guys wanted to check out what they are seeing, which is not on YouTube, including early access content and some other exclusive content, check out the link in the description. Consider subscribing. But a very special shout out to our Gains Indestructible tier, starting with
Daryl Tripp,
Demarion Turner,
Duck Jerome,
Dolo XMJ,
Ghost McGrady,
Jimmy Ward,
Jay Pizzle,
Calvor,
and Thrifty PSGR.
You guys are awesome. Appreciate every single one of you. And until the next video, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Love you.